Alrighty, hello and welcome to Game 2 in this best of 2 between Once Deep Sets and Ooh in the AD2L Season 17 Intermediate League? Contender League? I think it's Contender League. And this time we're going to go ahead and see a slightly different band roster out from Once Deep Sets. They had to go ahead and get rid of two of the same heroes from before, the Willow and the Enchantress, but they ban out the Vengeful Spirit as well this time instead of the... I don't remember what they banned as their third. Bristleback? I think it was Bristleback. Meanwhile, Ooh, they go ahead and get rid of the same two Crystal Maiden and Axe, but they go ahead and toss off that Necrophos this game as their third. Ooh, pick up the Bristleback that was not banned as their immediate first pick, so it seems like they're very comfortable on the hero. And Steep Sets, they go ahead and grab the Silencer and Centaur Warrunner as their first two heroes. A lot of global presence in terms of aggression and disengage, so that does seem to be quite a strong duo as those first two pickups here for Once Deep Sets just to build their team around. Ooh, meanwhile, are going to go ahead and pick up that Nature's Prophet as their second pick. Whether that's going to be 4, actually with the Bristleback, probably it's just going to be a 4. It could be a mid, I suppose, but we've seen a lot of support Nature's Prophet for some time in recent times. We've primarily seen support Nature's Prophet, so I do expect that to be what Ooh are looking towards. Ooh, also go ahead and get rid of that Arc Warden once again in the second phase, followed by the same Dragon Knight ban out of Once Deep Sets, but Ooh are going to go ahead and get rid of that Ember Spirit this time for their fifth ban. Once Deep Sets putting a little bit of thought into what they want to go ahead and get rid of in their fifth ban before they start picking again. Man, there is so much global presence in this game. And the Spectre is taken out by Once Deep Sets. They don't want there to be even more of that. Although in fairness, they probably could have gotten away with picking the Spectre. Bristleback in lane, he pressures the Spectre, but not so much that she can't recover. And the almighty Dota Plus has told us, Spectre wins games. So Once Deep Sets, gonna go ahead and move into their reserve time, figure out what they want to pick up in this third pick for themselves. Given their pick proclivities, I think that I would expect here to be a carry coming out. Potentially a 5, but they do seem to like to save that final pick for sort of a roaming support that counters a core. But they do have quite the pick of carries to go for. PL still is quite good once again, and with Ember Spirit gone, they may as well take it, honestly. Doesn't get trapped in the trees. Bristleback can't really stay on him. Yeah, I do think that'd be a good pickup for him. Or for them, rather. But additionally, maybe maybe we could see some more Luna. Not a very strong hero by all rights right now, but a lot of fun to play and watch. Oh, it's going to be the Bloodseeker. Okay. So that's how they want to play it. These guys are pub stompers, not real Dota players. Shh, don't hate me, sorry. But, yeah, so they're going to go ahead and get that Bloodseeker. Not the most amazing hero versus Bristleback or Nature's Prophet. Like, NP can just TP away, and Bristleback can build a Blade Mail and just walk it off. But definitely discourages a lot of mobility heroes out of Ooh. And that means that just with the Stampede, Once Deep Set should have a very strong mobility advantage, even though they do have the Silencer as their 4 position. So it is going to be the Ogre Magi coming out from Ooh. Lots and lots of beef for this guy. Definitely a lane dominator. Gonna go ahead and make whatever goes into the safe lane for Once Deep Set's incredibly sad. Unless he goes into the off lane, he might, but I think that Ooh do like their sort of really aggressive, beefy off lanes.
5 seconds remain.
So as once deep sets burn into their reserve time once again for their 4th pick, we get to see if the Bloodseeker's gonna be a mid or a safe lane. I think he could definitely handle the safe lane. Like, he's probably one of the heroes that does better against the Bristleback Ogre Magi duo, but not the best. So we'll see. Oh, they're gonna get the Spear Breakers. They're gonna go ahead and get their 5, 4, 4.5, 2 4s. I think it's 2 4s ish. But they're gonna go ahead and grab the Spirit Breaker for their roam potential. They say, we want to see where you go when you're TPing away in the trees, want to always be able to catch you, want to not lose vision when you sprout yourself, and Spirit Breaker, you know, fulfills all of those roles, so definitely they're happy to go ahead and have that. Ooh, have plenty of time to figure out what their response is to this pickup. They, again, are going to be even further limited on their mobility, but at the same time, maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe they just want some stand-and fight heroes. Maybe they want the Wraith King this time. There is still a little bit of room for PL in once deep sets draft, but not a lot, really. Like, not much at all. Definitely not a Lion. Medusa is okay, but only early. So, yeah, I actually would not mind to see Ooh pick up a Wraith King here at this point, but they would have to put it in the safe lane since they do have the Bristleback. Maybe they don't want to go there. Other safe laners might make sense. Maybe the CK, you can hold the Bloodseeker in place relatively well. Maybe who else could you throw into that role? PA kind of sucks right now. They're gonna go for the Juggernaut. All right. I definitely can see that. You are still gonna get, you know, bashed a couple of times with a Spirit Breaker, but you can just turn around on the Bloodseeker so easily with that Omni Slash when he tries to rupture you if he runs at you too early, and you know, you can spin to prevent the silence and all that. So I do think that Juggernaut here is a very good pick for Ooh, just in terms of the heroes that it can deal with.
5 seconds. Hurry.
And as it comes into the bans, once deep sets, what do they not want to play against here? As a mid lane, the Ember is gone from the pool. They're gonna get rid of the Viper. Viper with the break does kind of screw with 3 of their heroes quite a bit, actually. No bashes, they lose the thirst, they lose the return. So yeah, I do think the Viper ban does make sense. Ooh, meanwhile, for their ban, I don't know if the Bloodseeker's going to be mid or the safe lane just yet, but I probably would err on the side of expecting him to be mid. However, it looks like Ooh think he's going to be the safe lane. They're going to go ahead and toss Tinker out of the draft, or out of the possible draft options in this game. So for their final pick, ooh, what are they going to pick? They got 14 seconds, well, 45 seconds to figure out how they're going to round out this draft. They do want a mid lane. And I'm thinking... It's really hard this game to find a hero that... well, they have plenty of time, but they're going to go ahead and go with the Death Prophet. They figured out what they want pretty early. Death Prophet definitely is a good hero when you know you're going to be run at. Whether she's going to be able to deal with the combined aggression of all of these people that run at you, you know, maybe yes, maybe no, but all you really want is a Yules, and you can at least deal damage for 2.5 seconds off your ulti, so that is the direction that Steep Set, or Ooh rather, are going to go ahead and take with their draft. And Steep Sets for them... I feel like they just need some, like, push potential, right? Like, they can deal with heroes, they can chase people down, they can definitely get a Crimson Guard pretty easily, comfortably on the Centaur. Mega Earn for Spirit Breakers so that there's no heal from the Death Prophet or from the Bristleback. Yeah, I think Steep Sets, they just need some tower push. Maybe a Pugna. Also gives them a save for the Juggernaut. Pugna could be their mid, but looks like they're going to go for the Zeus. So, more global presence. Should have probably seen that coming, given. Zeus gets people low. Bloodseeker runs really fast. Heisenberg or Silencer is able to keep them from turning around on the Bloodseeker, and Centaur can bring other people in. Jesus. All right, steep sets are a super cheese draft. Like, I actually, that's actually ridiculous. Just how much, just how they've taken this game. But I think they're gonna have some issues. They definitely have a solid draft against non-cheese drafts, but with the cheese, like, who knows? But as far as how the game's gonna end up shaking down, I do think one steep sets actually have maybe. I don't know, it's hard to say. Because once steep sets, they have to group up. They can't really split push very effectively because it's very easy to pick them off. They're very reliant on long cooldowns and how their heroes work well together. But with the Nature's Prophet picking people off in the side lanes, Zucifer on the Death Prophet pushing out with the Spirits. Juggernaut's a very good split pusher as well. I'm not sure if they can actually deal with the split push with the global strat. But we'll go ahead and see as we get into the game how that is going to go. And we can go ahead and introduce our teams as well. We have Wind playing on the offlane Bristleback, Fire playing on the support Nature's Prophet in the offlane as before position, Zeusfer going mid on that Death Prophet, BDC playing in the safe lane on the Juggernaut, and Sparkles playing that 5 once again on the Ogre Magi. Meanwhile, in the offlane for WSS, we have Mr. Ping Pong once again on that Centaur, and Stick playing on the Spearbreaker this time instead of the Visage. Master Z34 has moved from his Ember Spirit onto a Zeus. And LDK, wait, LDK is the core this time. Wait, was LDK always? Who was LDK last game? Oh no, LDK was Necro. Okay, he was a core. But he's playing on the Bloodseeker this time. Lakad Matatag, normally. But Darth Heisenberg gonna be playing on that support Silencer as well. Plenty of regen here in bottom lane, as well as, of course, the natural heal that you get out of the Blood Rage. Do I get those? Nope, casters don't get those. Alright, fine. So everyone's being a little bit aggressive on, or a little bit, doing a little bit of posturing at these runes. Not really being aggressive just yet, but I certainly expect they will be in short order. Couple extra heroes in top lane, it looks like. Wait, no. I just can't see, actually. Sparkles is going to go ahead and get stomped. Actually, Ping Pong coming through. The rune is going to go to Stick. The stomp is going to miss, and Ping Pong's actually just going to go ahead and get walked down. First blood goes to Sparkles. There's a stun out onto Stick, and it ends up being 3 for 1 in favor of on the runes this time at that start. Zucifer got a pretty even block, it looks like, with Master Z34, both trying to just let one through at this point. And Z34 once again does ward directly in front of Zucifer's face, who did go ahead and bring out that Sentry Ward, so that's probably going to go down as soon as this lane is pushed in. Take a look in bottom lane. Looks like Heisenberg is just trying to keep Wind away and keep him from casting any spells with that Arcane Curse. But Fire, he does so much damage level 1. Heisenberg just has to walk away. Fire's like, nah, I got this. I do 62 damage. Don't even have any items. I got a Blightstone. Jesus Christ. That's insane. That's actually so dirty. Sparkles and Ping Pong duking it out here in the top lane. BDC helping along a little ways, or sometimes. Looks like, don't know how that, I just got vibrations, but it's fine. BDC looks like just gonna go ahead and keep lasting. Not gonna bother too much with the movement out of the Spearbreaker. He knows that his ogre is safe regardless with all of that ridiculous amount of early regen. 5.5. That is lunacy. So yeah, once again, Zucifer does go ahead and de-ward immediately on that mid ward. Master Z34, meanwhile, is has got his bottle coming out and actually might get his boots before that happens as well, because the courier did bring A stick? LDK. LDK. You got a stick on the courier? Ah, well. So, take a look at last hits. Looks like everybody's pretty even. The only notable discrepancy is going to be the Juggernaut and the Bloodseeker, where Bloodseeker's 10-1, the Juggernaut's 4-6. Same number of total creeps killed, but in terms of the last hits versus denies, or last hits rather, the LDK is doing better than BDC. However, everybody else, pretty even. So, not a whole lot of gold discrepancy to speak of just yet. And meanwhile, bottom lane looks like all these sticks, only one stick on each side. Interesting. I wonder, so does Blood Rage activate stick? That is a question I don't know the answer to. It doesn't do mana, so I think the rule is like if it doesn't cost mana, or if it's just a toggleable ability, then the answer is no. But I'm not 100% sure. Haste Rune bottled up here by Master Z34. Maybe he wants to try to go on to Zeusfer off that. But Zeusfer does have quite a bit of turnaround potential with that Spirit Siphon and level 2 now here in Crypt Swarm. Top lane, Ping Pong, going to take a little bit of harass, but BDC actually is going to hurt himself almost as much as he hurts Ping Pong out of that. Bottom lane looks like nobody's ready to really be aggressive permanently just yet. Let's see. I do actually think, so let's see, he has 6 stick charges. You're ready to cast your spell. Yeah, it does. Interesting. So Blood Rage does in fact result in a stick charge, so Win being able to get quite a bit out of that. However, maybe it doesn't matter. A lot of move speed here on LDK. There's not a Sprout available just yet, but LDK is taking up a couple of stacks here on the Quill Spray, so he has to back away for the time being. Meanwhile does walk into the side shop to go ahead and buy his boots. And BDC is getting harassed quite a bit up here. Same level as Mr. Ping Pong at this point. And looks like Sparkle's just staying around here waiting to get a stack off, toss the rune. Master Z34 definitely going to be excited about that regen rune he just picked up in the top, at the top rune spot. And Stick actually did finish off wins here. And looks like they went for a dive here in bottom. And does that also mean, yeah, Fire was able to TP away, it looks like, but yeah, Burst Effect does go down. He was sitting pretty low, being just a little bit cocky in terms of how low he thought he could be in the lane, still make things happen. Zeusfer looks like he's trying to be aggressive here on a Master G34, who's going to go ahead and let him do as much damage as he wants, really, just throw out a couple of bolts and then back off and use a regen rune. That's noticed it can be cancelled, but looks like it is not going to be. So we are going to have a pause coming up. Don't know what the issue is just yet, but I'm sure we will learn. Looks like Stick is trying to grab a bounty rune here in 2 seconds, but Fire is going to try to deny it with those treants, I would expect. Alright. Excuse me, get some water there. Centaur Warrunner. Looks like Mr. Ping Pong, probably going to go for the Hood or Vanguard build once again. I mean, it doesn't have anything queued up yet. I would just generally expect that, honestly. Sparkle sitting in time for his rune. Yeah, looks like we're just going to see some rune crashes once everyone gets back. So just taking a look around, who's pretty close to items. Almost gonna have those BOTs coming out. Probably just be able to walk back and get those now. Yeah. So Master G34 making good use of that regen rune.
The seeds of fortune.
It does look like Stick was able to grab the bounty rune on his side of the map, so it is 2 and 2 at the 5-minute bounties. And now we're gonna see what's happening in the bottom lane. Looks like the Aquila is gonna be the first item of choice coming out for LDK. Heisenberg, he has boots. He's a support. He's happy with boots. That's all he needs, right? But Sparkles and BDC, they maybe want to try to be a little bit aggressive. Sparkle's just standing behind here, really making sure there's not going to be any aggression onto BDC, but we can hype it up a little bit, right? Probably going to be an Aquila coming out here on the Courier. I know it's the Phase and the Aquila, actually, both. So he's going to have all that. Unless the Phase belong to, yeah, the Phase belong to Zeusfer, actually. Bottom lane looks like there's going to be maybe some play. Right now everyone's just playing it safe. Wind, however, maybe is going to be gone on there. It's going to be the Bloodright coming onto the ground. He's going to get stomped by the last word as well, and he's actually going to just end up going down. That is the end of the Bristleback, and also concurrently in the top lane, we lose the Juggernaut. I didn't see how he went down, but it looks like probably just a double edge, I would expect. Maybe a charge to set it up. Stick is looking for another charge himself, it looks like. Interestingly, Mr. Ping Pong has elected not to get the Tranquils this game. Yeah, they're not sitting in the base. He's just skipping it straight for the hood. Once more, last we're getting popped off onto Wind. Does have a couple of stick charges if he elects to use them, and he's just going to try to be a little bit aggressive, although that is meaning he's going to take some more Arcane Curse damage. And looks like, yeah, Phase Boots came out. Going to see some more regen and a Magic Wand brought out as well. Top lane, a little bit of skirmish. It looks like there's going to be a stun here out onto Stick, followed up by the Spin to Win from BDC. Stick's going to try to deny the creeps, and he's going to pull him out. Is he going to get it? Nope, BDC's going to get that last hit. Meanwhile, Ping Pong, now he's in trouble. He's between the heroes of ooh, gonna get the stomp off, but he is blocked by the creeps at the same time. Now there's gonna be a charge coming out onto BDC. Healing Ward is used, and Mr. Ping Pong tries to go for it, but is unable to get to it before it runs too far away from him. So Healing Ward is gonna keep BDC and Sparkles up at full health, and they're just gonna get that kill on the Spirit Breaker for free. Stick is gonna finish. Nope, not quite gonna finish that charge. Zeusfer, and meanwhile, is going to start being a little bit aggressive here on Master Z34. However, Master Z34 does have quite a bit of damage should he choose to use it. There's actually TP coming out. Master Z34 taking a lot of damage to those Spirit Siphons, and he's going to use all of his spells to try to make sure that Zeusfer does go down eventually, and looks like he will with the last word. A little bit more inch for the silencer, but now they got to deal with this Bristleback. Wind coming in from the side. He's getting as many stacks up as he can. 3 stacks so far in WSS. Now there's going to be 4. Going to be 5 at this point. He's taking quite a bit. However, with the Arcane Curse, Wind is going to want to be a little bit less aggressive. And actually, he's just going to go down at this point. Does try to get one more stack off of those spikes before he goes down. But with the Rupture and the Bloodright, there's no way he's going to survive. So back to some peace around the map. Only 8 kills in 8 minutes. Very, very quiet game overall so far. Certainly as it comes into mid-game, I fully expect it to heat up quite a bit, especially since both teams are very close to each other in terms of net worth, and they both have very teamfight-oriented teams. Stick looks like is going for that urn. Should have it finished up here in about 50 gold. Ping Pong getting that hood up and almost has that finished for himself as well. Master Z34 working towards a Kaya as his first major item. Just for actually not getting the Crypt Swarm there. Master Z34 is probably going to try to abuse that. Nah. Oh, maybe? Looks like he's trying to just get Zeusfer down. There's going to be the salve out. He could. Yes, he will, in fact, cancel the salve with the ult, and that will force Zeusfer to go ahead and back away. Not gonna lie, I would have done exactly the same thing. Wind here is gonna get that Arcane Curse. Actually, they're gonna go on to Fire, it looks like. He might... No, he's not able to finish his TP before the Bloodright comes out, and that'll be one more kill going the way of LDK. At this point, he has quite a bit, 3-0-0, and the top net worth in the game by about 500. There's going to be a clash up here in top lane around the rune. Stick is able to get the Bounty Rune, and the Centaur Stampede is sufficient to make sure that he gets away from Zeusfer and Sparkles as well. However, it does look like Zeusfer is going to go ahead and get this haste rune. Going to activate it immediately since he does not have the bottle. And yeah, Master G34, maybe he's going to go back in. He can't really be too aggressive And it looks like actually he's not going to have to worry too much. Lucifer decides he's going to not risk it with only a couple seconds left here on the haste rune. And just go ahead and play his game as though he didn't have it. Definitely there was some dive potential there. If Master G34 was a little bit further forward when Lucifer was able to get back into the lane. Let's take a look over here at Wind. How's he doing? I mean, he's having some trouble. He does have enough money for his treads at this point, but these heroes are not heroes Bristleback really wants to play against. Like, the Silencer means you can't spam your quills. The Bloodseeker, like, makes it hard to walk away, and he silences you, and just... yeah, you have problems when you gotta play with that. Now there's gonna be the, once again, the Rupture, Bloodright, and Last Word, but it's not gonna be enough to finish him off. Global comes out as well. Still not quite enough. Zeusfer is chasing down Bloodseeker here. On the backside, Heisenberg is going to go ahead and go down to the tower, it looks like. And now Fire going to toss out his ult. And that will be the end of LDK as well. So that's going to mean this bottom tier 1 is going to go down. Actually, going to go ahead and pop the Exorcism for it. They want to make sure that it goes down absolutely. Just a moment here while I take a bit of water. Alright. So, smoke by Lucifer and Fire immediately out of the tower. Looks like that's mostly just try to get some move speed back into the... ooh, regen. Lucifer's got to be happy about that. To get back into the mid lane a little bit more quickly. Maybe they were looking for some movement onto Master G34, but he's already gone. Does have that Kai here, as well as the Arcane's bottle at 12 minutes, so... a little behind where you really want to be, but not doing terribly nonetheless. BDC, it looks like, is almost got his Yasha. Now there's a charge coming out. Is there vision to show that? There is not. So that back away was sort of just instinct from BDC. Knew what was up. Even who couldn't see it. Oh, he could see it. Yeah, I don't know where that charge started precisely, but maybe he did see the start of it. At the very least, he saw the Spearbreaker go off the map. So... Wind is hitting in the mid lane now against Master G34. Looks like Ooh have decided they're going to switch up their lanes quite a bit with BDC going into the jungle now that he has that Yasha complete. Yeah, it's coming towards him right now. And Zeus, we're going to pick up that safe lane, leaving over the mid lane for his Bristleback. And that doesn't mean that the 4 position Nature's Prophet going to have a lane to himself as well. So we're going to see Fire's farm start to accelerate. And actually, he knew that was coming up already. He's got the phase boost to start. He is the support, but not really the way that he's going to play it, it looks like. Heisenberg, Ping Pong, and Stick looking to make a move up here in top lane. Lucifer is alone. Maybe they're able to make something happen. There's a charge. Are they going to use it? Try and bait him forward. Nah, Lucifer's going to go ahead and back off at this point. Has another vision. Doesn't really want to move any further forward. Then he can walk back to his tower when somebody does come into vision. So, just going to play it safe. DD Rune spawns bottom. Let's see who gets that. Is Ooh going to see it? Nope. Is Wind going to see it? Looks like a nope. So it's just going to stay there for a little bit. Nobody has vision on it. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Fire is pushing in with himself and his Trance. Don't know what he's building towards, but with the Sage's Mask, maybe it's going to be an Orchid. There's going to be the death of the Death Prophet. It does not get her Exorcism off, so not going to lose that cooldown at least. Stampede used, as well as, I presume a charge was involved with that. Zeushold actually is used to... okay, Zeushold's used to get vision and get enough damage onto Sparkles to finish him off with an Arc Lightning. That's totally fine. Totally fine. Fire, meanwhile, still pushing in bottom quite a bit. And probably going to be able to get... yeah, probably going to be able to get some damage onto it before he moves away, sending all of his treants into it. There is going to be Master G34 coming down to deal with the creeps, but still going to get a good 250 damage into that tower, so definitely worth the time. Maybe or maybe not worth the creeps. We'll just have to see how that turns out. It was worth it if they win. Heisenberg, meanwhile, is working towards a Force Staff. Has Treads finished up, actually, as his first major item. So both the 4 positions in this game going incredibly greedy builds. Stick has finished his wand, as well as his urn. Excuse me. And Wind looks like is looking for a hood of his own. Any more things? Oh, okay. Mr. Ping Pong, he changed tact. Was going to get... Oh, there's the Blink Dagger. So the Blink comes out, stomp onto Wind. Now he's going to go ahead and use the Double Edge as well. Global comes out, actually, to try and protect the Stick as he's running away, but he's going to go down. BDC did have that DD rune at this point, as well as the Bloodlust off the Ogre, giving plenty of move speed and attack speed to get in and make that kill happen. Zeusfer, meanwhile, has finished up his Yule Scepter, so he feels a little bit more safe going out and being aggressive in these lanes. Gonna try to get some damage on this tower, pushing out the waves, and it looks like Fire is going to join him. So this tower with no... Oh, there's still a fort available because they did take the bottom tower. So with the fort, it is going to survive for a little bit longer. Mr. Ping Pong does have the Blink as well as the Vanguard. He is... Yeah, he's just going to walk out of the lane, say, I see you, I know you're here. I'm actually not going to back up. Looks like drums are used by Fire, but that does mean that he's fast enough that Stick is not comfortable following him any further, and he's just going to be able to walk away. Take a look down here at bottom lane. How is BDC doing? He's catching up. Third of the net worth chart at this point, and 2,000 gold on top of his Yasha, whatever he's going to go ahead and build after that. Sometimes we've seen S and Y out of BDC. Obviously could be Manta, could be Maelstrom, would not be the absolute worst. Actually, Maelstrom wouldn't be that terrible if you're looking at a split push type of lineup regardless. Mr. Ping Pong is going to take that Spirit Siphon damage, take quite a bit from it actually, but now with Stick coming in... Excuse me, with Stick coming in with the charge, that is going to be the end of their aggression, and actually they're going to go ahead and lose the Ogre on the backside. Now there's a Rupture here on the Wind, followed up by the Bloodright. Bloodright's not quite going to hit. There's a charge, however. And WSS, they want to be aggressive. They probably can be aggressive, so that's what they want to do. But, like I said before, as soon as they start to aggress in one place, are just going to back off and try to see something else. They're going to go ahead and get this bottom tier tower for free for the time being. More movement into... Oh, man, that's dirty when you get Greater Bashed immediately out of a charge. But now WSS taking, they're going to take this tier too, but who say, if you're not going to come back and deal with us, we're just going to keep hitting buildings. There's a tier 3 taking all the damage in the world right now. The fort was used. Now they might lose Fire on the backside, especially with Therian coming in. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and get this lasted, but that's 3/4 of the tower almost for free. Couldn't TP away because of... Oh, no, he's going to get the turnaround on this Stick. Okay, he did get a kill. He dies, but he did get a kill. Losing a little bit of int, but still, that's 3/4 of the tower for a couple kills. And they're able to turn around and get 1 kill out of it. Like, that's not the best thing in the world, but it's certainly an even trade. More than even. Take a look. Looks like now the Tranquils are coming out for Ping Pong. He's like, ah, shit, I forgot about my Tranquil boots. It's alright, we've all been there. DD pinged out here for Sparkles. He's going to go ahead and get it. Make sure that the Zeus cannot and nobody else on WSS can either. LDK, meanwhile, looks like he's going for the Silver Edge for his next item after he's finished up that Shadow Blade and Blade Mail. And everyone's just farming them out. Being safe, making sure they don't die. Fire is farming with his ults and pissing off his teammates, I'm sure. Nah, I'm sure they're totally fine with it. They did draft him that way. Looks like the mid tower is going to go ahead and go down. Sparkle is going to end up denying that. And yeah, Master Z34 comes up top lane, gets rid of a ward. Does have BOTs. Went for those along with the Aether Lens after his Kaya. What have we got over here on Stick? Still has enough money for the... what is he? Saving buyback? Okay, he's saving buyback. That's why he hasn't picked up the treads yet. And Darth Heisenberg does have his own 4-staff complete. Excuse me. And actually, it's going to be the medallion coming out from Nature's Prophet out of that Sobi mask from before. Take a look. We do have the pipe finished up on Wind as soon as he decides to pull it out from the stash. And Lucifer has his hood. We did see that one earlier, but I didn't call it out. A bit of a charge onto Nature's Prophet as well as the Blink Stomp on Mr. Ping Pong. Now Fire's taking a lot of damage. There's actually going to be the couple of ults coming out. The Stampede and the Nether Strike in order to ensure that Fire goes down there. Still a couple of ults available for WSS, like it's a commitment, but with the number of big spells they have, even if they blow one or two, you know, it's like, yeah, so I got a couple more. Zeusfer, meanwhile, is going to go ahead and get ruptured by Therian. Going to turn around, gets that silence off, but there's going to be another silence coming out from the Bloodbright. Bloodbright silence is dodged using Yules, but it doesn't matter with the rupture on. Therian can just sit there and hit Death Prophet, and, well, Prophet can't really do anything about it. Darth Heisenberg just getting a little bit of extra harass out from the Arcane Curse. But now we're seeing middle tower get pushed in. Not directly, but certainly it's not helped along by all of these Wrath of Natures. And Fire's looking to try to make this happen again if a bait comes out. Sparkles is going to go ahead and get the multicast off here onto Bloodseeker while he's under invisibility. Therian is going to go down. One final right click from BDC is enough to make sure that happens. Man says use BDC. Global Silence comes out. Mr. Ping Pong taking quite a bit of damage to the stomp, or to the spin, but now the spin is gone. BDC can't stay in the fight. TP away by Master and not going to go down. However, Darth Heisenberg will go down to Fire. So 2-0 in favor of Ooh. Even though they are behind in kills and slightly behind in net worth, they're making quite an effective game of it, and certainly this split push play scaring the bejesus out of WSS has quite a bit to do with that, I would expect. There's going to be another strike onto BDC, as well as the Stampede used by Mr. Ping Pong, and he's going to be going down. Sparkles going to try to turn around and get him. He's going to throw out the Ignite, not the Ignite, the Fire Blast. Now Blink forward Mr. Ping Pong, and he's going to go for a couple more right clicks. And not going to be able to finish him off, though. Master G34 actually is able to finish off Fire on the backside with the help of the Bloodseeker. Now Bloodseeker's chasing down Bristleback, but he is going to get rebuffed by the tower. Wine is a sufficient amount of front line. They don't want to hit him directly for now, although they... how far out is that? Yeah, only like 600 gold away from the Silver Edge. Blink forward once again, followed up by a charge. Now there's gonna be a Bloodright. Bloodright is gonna make sure that Bristleback is silenced, but is gonna get dodged by Zeusfer, who has put out the Exorcism Spirits at this point. Just gonna use those to farm the jungle, it looks like. Not gonna use them to push too hard, because he definitely does not want to push hard and lose a fight at this juncture in the game when they're holding it together by the skin of their teeth. Meanwhile, top lane getting pushed out here by Master G34 and attempted to push in by Nature's Prophet, but not able to get that tower down off of it. Darth Heisenberg, meanwhile, has been given over that mid lane for a while. The Hood's already finished. The Tranquils now are finished on Centaur. And how are the rest of these going? Darth Heisenberg hasn't got anything. Did he? I think he already had the 4-staff before when we talked about it. Looks like Treads now are finished, and Super Urn is on the way for Stick. Aghanims is the next pickup for Zeus, and it's going to come up fairly quickly. And Therian looks like he is very, very close to that Silver Edge. Looks like in bottom lane, there's a bit of a charge coming out here onto Fire. But Stick is just going to go ahead and TP away. However, Zeusfer was here soon enough that TP away is not going to be sufficient. There's going to be the ult coming out. And just going to go ahead and try to burn that other strike. Get it on cooldown since he's not going to be alive for a while and knows that he's dead. And now with the Spearbreaker gone, Fire can feel a little more comfortable pushing out these side lanes. Although he doesn't really need to be the one doing it because his team are doing exactly that for him. And that's really the big strength, I think, of Ooh's draft. Like, whenever the WSS group up to try to take a fight, or just take a fight, period, because they're so dependent on such long cooldowns. The Nature's Prophet's in one lane, the Juggernaut's in another, the Bristleback's in another, and the Death Prophet's in a fourth lane somewhere on a I don't know how that works, but they're just all in separate lanes pushing things in, and you can kill one, but they'll get a tower. Does look like BDC is taking quite a bit of damage with that Kaya. Like, he just hurts, or Zeus just hurts. He does without it, but with it, like 350 with the kayak takes it to 415. 415 damage. That is absolute lunacy. Does look like Styx nearly finished up that super earn. Is 750 or 700 away from that.
Invisibility.
Zucifer working towards an Octarine, so he wants to be able to cast that exorcism more frequently and with impunity. Which, if he gets the Octarine, he'll be at least part of the way towards. He'll get more frequently, maybe not quite with impunity. There's going to be a charge, it looks like, out onto Zucifer, who is going to use the Yules to dodge it. That means he's going to get hit by the Blood Right. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the Ogre Magi. One more right click from the Silencer will secure the deal. At this point, looks like LDK is just waiting for his creeps to get here so he can start going in and pushing this tower down outside of back door. Nature's Prophet ult is used to try to hold out the creep wave for as long as possible, and also it'll be aggroed here by Wind pulling it behind the tower, so they are forced to tank the tower as they take it. But with the Sun team, Mr. Ping Pong, he is totally fine with that, and in fact does more damage to the tower that way. So mid tower is down. WSS are going to go for movement into the south to try to get this bottom lane tier 1. They might just go for it. Yeah, it does look like they're just going to go for it since there's no backdoor. I expect that Stick will probably... Nah, somebody's going to go ahead with deal with bottom though. That will be Master G34 as well as Therian.
Dire have fortified their towers.
With the pipe out, it looks like the Heart's going to be the next item here for Wind. There's going to be a Sprout here on the Ping Pong, who gets forced out forward by his Silencer. Now there's going to be the Stampede pulling them forward, charge out onto fire. That's going to be the end. Now we're going to see Bristleback take quite a bit of damage. He is able to pipe off, but he's going to go down regardless. The Spirit Breaker did die on the side. Now there's going to be a buyback from Nature's Prophet. Going to try to go for a TP into the top lane. Jucifer is ruptured. There's going to be the Global coming out. LDK coming in. Throws on the Blood Right. Blood Right as well as the Nimbus. That's going to make sure that the Death Prophet goes down. Still a lot more move speed available and time on Bloodseeker if he wants to use it, but it looks like he's just going to go ahead and back away. Going to be satisfied with taking this bottom tower, getting the buyback, and taking a second bottom tower with it, almost certainly. At the same time, Fire is pushing into top lane. There's going to be a fort as well as a TPM. The TP is just quote-unquote as used, but as we established before, he does a ton of damage, and that will be established once again. Master G34 just walking through the enemy heroes at this point, or we're just walking through the enemy heroes, especially with that Arcane Rune, and with the Death of Nature's Prophet, that means that are safe for an extra 30 seconds over where they were going to be. And it looks like maybe they're going to go ahead and back off to Roche for that. That may or may not be their objective. It does look like Nimbus is being used to farm some creeps. Not the use I would generally recommend, but if you have nothing else better to do with it, you may as well not just leave it on cooldown. BDC standing up here, looks like he's working towards a BKB, which he should have very shortly. And going into the bottom lane, looks like LDK working towards his own BKB as well. So once his BKBs are up, WSS should have quite the advantage. And actually, we're going to go ahead and see Darth Heisenberg start to get some decent core items. Going to have that Draken Lance as soon as the courier delivers effectively. And there it goes. Sparkle's just throwing out a ward. Feels a little bit blind on the map. Wants to get some vision up for his team, and who can blame him? Not a whole lot of wards available for the Dire side. Not a whole lot of towers available for U. And they're just kind of flying blind right now. BKB is ready for Juggernaut. So it is going to be the BKB Fest, or the BKB Fight, but at the same time, not as many things worth the BKB. I honestly did not think Bristleback was going to go down, but he does end up dying to the Nimbus and the Global, and the Stampede, and maybe the Rupture. Yeah, the Rupture probably a charge. A lot of commitment, but they're able to take down the bristleback, so that's gotta make them feel good. Illusion Rune picked up by LDK. Mr. Ping Pong looks like he's working towards a Lotus Orb now that he has finished his Arcane Boots. And the Hurricane Pike is finished for Silencer. Master G34 is able to go ahead and get up into this tree line and take down Nature's Prophet. And looks like they're just gonna back off for the time being. I do need to leave in 7 minutes regardless whether the cast is done. Just a warning for the people watching. And looks like Atos is finished for Sparkles. Quite the aggressive item for a first item build-up on a 5-position Ogre, but he has it now, so time to go. That's going to be a smoke out from Ooh on 3, but they're going the wrong way. Everyone on WSS is in Roshan. That Roshan's about to go down, and it should be done in like less than 5 seconds. That's going to be the end of Roshan. Once and only once this game so far, so that'll be no cheese. Not that WSS heard them, got the memo, clearly. So Darth Heisenberg coming up here with LDK. It looks like they're looking to start a fight. They do have the Aegis, they have a significant gold lead, and they have the desire to take towers. So they have all the things they need. Just gonna walk up and hit it for the time being. LDK gonna focus on the buildings, and Master gonna focus on canceling Chalice. And getting close enough to do so. There's gonna be the blink forward and the stomp here onto Bristleback. And now there's gonna be the global silence as well after the ult. So that's gonna be the end of the Bristleback. Bloodright comes out, doesn't do anything to BDC because he has BKB on now. However, there's gonna be a Rupture coming out, and Rupture is gonna be enough. He will kill himself on the blood leak. Centaur Warrunner was Atos, but he's able to walk away. And now it looks like DK or LDK sitting over here in the trees, just trying not to die. 2 down already for Ooh, only 1 for for WSS, and one of those is I mean not one of those, but that one does not include LDK, the hero that Ooh really would like to take out at this point. One more sip of water. So it does look like a Halberd is going to be the next pickup for Bristleback. And the Octarine is nearly finished on Zucifer. Has the gold 1 creep if she wants to spend out buyback for it. Probably is going to go ahead and save the buyback since she has... oh, excuse me. Now there's going to be some movement here onto Ogre Magi. He's going to get ruptured, he's going to get blood righted, he's going to get stomped, and that'll be the end. BKB still available for LDK, 10-second BKB in fact. WSS charging forward, gonna go ahead and cancel that before it gets up onto the base. And now this tower damage is gonna come to fruition. That is Yule's used. Now there's blink forward and the stomp into the blood right, and also into the nether blast. That's gonna be the end of the Death Prophet. Death Prophet buys back immediately. Looks like Ooh, BDC is gonna try to do enough damage to force LDK away, but LDK does have the Aegis, so he's just not afraid at all. Charge again onto the Death Prophet. If this is a death, it's a dieback, and yes, it's going to be. That's gonna be the end. Due to I didn't actually see what killed him. Looks like Darth Heisenberg finished him off, probably with the last word. Last word here out on the wind. Blade Mail used. The however is going to go ahead and get broken up by that Silver Edge and just right click to death very easily. Now they're going to go for tier 4s. GG is called. GG, well played by WSS. Both games 2-0 in favor of them tonight. And I have a KnifeFan. You can watch at twitch.tv/KnifeFan, or you can watch in-game on the AD2L Season 17 ticket. A lot of other casters cast on this ticket as well, but clearly I'm the one you want to see, right? Thank you. I'll see you next time.